G'day traders, welcome to wrap up of Wednesday, 4th of April. On the daily chart here, it's the first time we've really started to get some seller influence. They're certainly not in control yet. Still a buyer's market, but you can see here we've pushed down. It's the first time we've seen a bit of a double top where we've had a pullback and the buyers have failed to break higher. So that's fairly significant. First time this year that's happened. And you can see definitely some seller pressure here. So until we start breaking under these support levels, that's when the sellers are going to really start to get some momentum. But until then, it could go both ways, and certainly approached today with the opinion that there could be definitely some sellers around, and they're definitely trying to make their charge here. And it's the first time they've had that influence all year long, and that's exactly what we did. So opened up here. This period here, actually over on the 1 minute chart, so it's a little bit better. You can see we pushed up, pushed down, pushed up. So again, we've had this sideways period which we'll be having pretty much starting every single day this week. So back over the 5 minute chart here, then we pushed lower and we got the significant downtrend. It really started to push down hard without any pullbacks. 1386 was an area that was a low of a couple of days ago that was quite significant that the market could head towards. So it started to really get some steam up. We then pulled back. This area here, but just the way when it eventually did pull, we had a pullback, then it pushed lower, then pull back again. So this area came a little bit uncertain as far as whether to look at sells or buys. Had a bit of an upwards formation, but then with all the other markets as well, they weren't really pushing up. They were certainly holding the downside. They weren't breaking up through resistance. So then we got this predictive average crossing back to the downside. So this area here, definitely worth a shot as far as the sellers go. It would have ended up working. It pulled back about 4 ticks, so just held, and then from there it went straight back down and had another go at the lows, where we formed pretty much a double bottom. But this is a pretty good area to take on the pullback and then look for the momentum back on the downside. From there, we formed that double bottom. We started to get this upward formation, and again the predictive cross to the downside. So at this stage here, this sell certainly not looking at as appealing as this one over here. Even though the other markets at this stage wasn't breaking up through resistance areas yet. Sorry, actually the Dow Jones was. It was the only one, but the Russell and all those levels were holding. But you can see certainly a bit of an upwards formation, not an area that I'd be real confident taking short. And from there, we pushed higher, and it looked quite evident that we're going to break up and have a little bit of a push to the upside, and even look like wanting to go up higher again and see these buyers come back in the market. Another area that I thought had a lot of potential was this pullback here. So we pushed up. Still plenty of room to go up to the highs here. We've pulled back a good 2.5 points, and then this area, thought I had a possibility to push up 3-4 points. In the end, just went a couple of points, and then just to finish off the day, a little bit of a push down to finish off. But you can see, as soon as we get that pullback off the dailies and some sellers into the market, again we're starting to see great movement, multiple directions. As you can see, there's multiple 3-4 trends of the day, and that's the sort of thing we want. And there's plenty of opportunities to look at trades. Look on the 1 minute chart. Here it is. Here's that sideways movement. We've got 1, 2, 3 power points on the same side. Normally taking a pullback power point here is quite a good one. That's a typical trade. 3 on the downside, then look to take the retracement power point here. Even though this one worked, it wasn't one that had a lot of confidence in working at the time. You can see we've formed quite a bit of a peak here, and that's a quite significant resistance area, and I thought the market would potentially go and have a bit of a look at that and even push up through this power point. Not break through it necessarily, but maybe even test it and have that stop in quite a vulnerable area. In the end, it held, and there would have been 2 points there. Then it's pushed up higher again. You can see we formed this bit of a shoulder, and then here, this is where we got the push down and looked at a potential 5 minute sell, and from there that's pushed down quite well. And then here's this upward formation, so we're pushing up, pull back, pushing up again, and at this area here we're getting another 5 minute sell. So you can see, watching the 1 minute chart, it's certainly not encouraging on this for the sellers, and it's really looking like the buyers want to come back and have a go. Quite often this power fade here is a good one. When you get that buy formation, all of a sudden the other market's starting to push to the upside. This is a fade that will work very often, and in the end, he would have got the points from that one. And you can see that it's pushed higher. This is the area expected to maybe even push a little bit higher, but we just finished off with a little push down in the end. It's a fantastic movement, great to see. and it should make for certainly better trading in the days and hopefully the weeks to come. So I'll speak to you guys Thursday.